Hi there to all my friends on YouTube. As you can see, I'm currently working on another Saab 93. That's a 2004. Actually, what I'm doing to this one, I am going to replace the water pump. I've done a few of these. Same thing as the 2.2 Ecotech GMC vehicles. Um, Actually, here, excuse all this disaster I got. I got transmissions, engines, and yeah, big mess. There's two ways you can do it. You can go ahead and take them all apart and change the timing. You got to make sure all your timing's correct. This one's just an engine that I'm gonna build myself, so I can, hopefully get down to do some drag racing on the track with this car. Put a big turbo, whatever. That's just a project of mine. Um, as you can see here, what I've done, I've taken apart, took off the CV axle, the spindle itself, bungee cord, the caliper, so it's not in my way. As you can see down in there, there's another way you can do it. As you can see, they saw that tool there. You can either buy it online for like 20 bucks, or you can get it at AutoZone like for 40 or 50, I believe. Here, what we got to do is remove several things. As you can see, the exhaust has got to come off. The catalytic converter, the turbo, the reservoir is sitting there. All that's got to come apart. Turbo off, as you can see. I'll give you a view from underneath here. As you can see here, I've taken off the bracket here that holds the transmission in place, the trans mount, and then I've taken off the engine mount on this side to give me some space. Now I got to remove this sucker off here. This one's got to come off. I'm going to remove also the CV axle one that connects to the transmission there, the shaft itself. Catalytic converter is going to come off, the turbo, and then once all that comes off, let me show you some of the stuff that needs to be removed here. Once all that comes off, here, good little buddy of mine sitting here. All that's going to come off. If it's easier, obviously when the engine's out, but I don't know very much people that would actually want to tear the engine out just to do a water pump itself. But the turbo is going to come off here. Obviously, this is connected to the catalytic converter, the exhaust, 13 millimeter bolts, and then 15, 16, 16, and then it's got 3 13s down in here that hold the turbo in place. As you can see, those need to come off. The oil line has got 2 10 mils down in here, one there, and then one right behind that. The cooling lines here and here. The whole turbo unit needs to come off, and then once that comes off, it'll give you enough space to be able to take this whole unit off itself. That's connected to the coolant. It's connected to the heater core. The 2 hoses for the heater core are right here. I can show you on the vehicle exactly where they're at. You can see there, right to the heater core. Those 2 lines come off as well. Once those 2 lines have came off, then you would also have to do with an extension. But once the turbo's out of your way, it's going to make it so much easier. You're going to have the 10 millimeter bolts 1, 2, and 3 here, and this one here needs to come off as well in order for that water pump to come off correctly off the back side. Once that came off, then as you can see, there's another hose that connects here on the thermostat housing that goes to the radiator. If you were gonna do it in the vehicle, I would remove all the hoses, every single hose off the thermostat housing, and then pull the thermostat housing off itself here. Once that comes off, then free range to replacing your water pump. I mean, it's pretty simple. I don't see nothing hard, nothing difficult. It's just time consuming. I mean, if you have time to do a new water pump, then go ahead and do it for yourself. A job like this, I usually charge $350 to do it. I mean, it's just time. I mean, valuable time that you'll never get back in life, I guess. But that's the way you do your water pump. And once you're done with that, then obviously you let the vehicle run. You fill it up, fill the reservoir up, leave it running. Let that thermostat open, bleed itself. It should take about 20 minutes running, and keep topping out that antifreeze to let it bleed out, and there's no air in the system. Simple as that. That's how easy you change a water pump for a Saab 9.3. Thanks for watching.